Uh, in the month of June, in the wilderness of Shivaliks, we have come across very beautiful, lush green wild tree, which has very woody branches and the fruits laden branches. The branches have white colored berries, which look like thermocol, as if the thermocol spheres stands decorated on the twig. So because of this stands named as thermocol plant. The thermocol which usually students use in the art and craft making exercise in the schools. Since the berry is white in color, this is also known as white berry bush, and another name, as the color of fruits is akin to snow. So this is also known as snow bush tree. And these fruits are edible. They can be consumed, especially they are consumed by the wildlife, many birds, finches, white-eye, even barbets. Once upon a time, this tree was classified under Phyllanthus, to which our amla belongs. So this was considered as the wild close relative of amla. But presently this is not considered under the genus of amla. So it has been segregated in its another distinct genus, which is called as Securainiga, and sometimes also named as Phlogia. So under the name Securainiga or Phlogia, species is identified as virosa. Virosa because it has the wiry branches, very thin branches. So this particular twig, we are able to see the fruit stalks. They are wiry in nature. They are very thin, very long and thin stalks of the fruits. So because of this, it is also named as virosa. Phlogia virosa was its earlier name. Sometimes it is called as Securainiga virosa in the amla family, Phyllanthacea. And the fruits are fascinating, look like thermocol spheres, thermocol fruits, as if they are not natural, but they are artificially attached to the twigs. And the leaves are browsed by the cattle, especially sheep and goat. So this is lopped as fodder by the bakarwals. Bakarwals also use its stick, as wood is very durable and iron-like, as if it is olea-like or olive-like strong wood. So its wood sticks are also used by the nomadic people. Leaves are ovate and they are thin, and they are also devoured by the caterpillars of many lepidopteran insects. As this particular plant was earlier clubbed under Phyllanthus, so this sometimes also named as wild relative of amla. And in Dogri language, in Jammu Shivaliks, the various names stands coined by the earlier communities who identified this tree under the name as Rathal. Another name is Rathai, and third name is Rathian. If we go from Jammu to Udhampur and take the route, highway route, bypass, then we come across the village named after this plant as Rathian. Rathian or Rathal, Rathai, these are the various names, local Dogri names spoken by the local people in Jammu region. This tree has another relative or another species in the down South India, which is named as Securainiga leucopyrus, and that is the actual thermocol plant or snowberry bush. It has the spines. Here spines are missing. We don't find spines in Sacchariniga virosa, Jammu species, but we find a lot of thorns, thorny branchlets in case of Sacchariniga leucopyrus or Phlogia leucopyrus, which is seen in Coimbatore and Tamil Nadu, Karnataka forests. This particular tree is also supposed to be antimicrobial in action, so it has a little bit medicinal properties also. Otherwise, this is supporting the wildlife and many insect life, and these trees grow in the wild, and earlier this was named as Phyllanthus virosus or Phyllanthus virosa, because this was under the genus Phyllanthus. But now we have the genus Sacchariniga or the Phlogia under the same family, Amla family, Phyllanthacea. And why it has been segregated? Because the Phyllanthus name is restricted to only those plants where the flowers are in close association of leaves, and leaves look like pinnate. They are not pinnate, they are simple leaves, but because of the close aggregation of leaves and the specialized branchlets, special branches, they look like as if they are unipinnate leaves. They are not unipinnate, but instead they are simple leaves, and flowers are seen with each leaf. If it would have any leaflet, then there would not have been any flower. But in the case of Sacchariniga or Phlogia, we don't find that feature. So this stands segregated. This cannot be called as Phyllanthus, but this is Sacchariniga virosa with beautiful snow white berries or thermocol like berries or white berries, which attract many insects and especially the birds. Birds are very fond of eating, and just I am talking to you, I could see this birds also inside. They are showing especially the bulbul. This is the bulbul. Basically bulbul was also there to relish the food feast of Sacchariniga virosa or Phlogia virosa, in Dogri called as Rathal, Rathai, Rathian. So as we are celebrating World Environment Day, that was on 5th June, and now we are celebrating or observing the week as World Environment Week. Let us familiarize the younger students, scholars, younger generation, our kids, with the neighborhood natural wealth, and we should teach them how to interpret nature, how these interpretations were practiced by our forefathers, and now we need to further improve upon that knowledge, taking clue from the modern scientific advancements, and then how it has been used in other locations, other countries, that knowledge, and how our forefathers also had the knowledge about these plants, and then they could name these plants in their own language, maybe Kashmiri, maybe Dogri, Pahari, Bhadarbai, Ladakhi, Hindustani. But Sanskrit is the mother of all Indian languages. So many words have just modifications from this Sanskrit, and from Sanskrit we have other offshoots also: Tamil language, Malayalam, Kannada, Telugu, Bangla and Gujarati. So there is a diversity of languages and diversity of plants and insects and animals. Let us appreciate this biodiversity. Biodiversity means if we are really concerned about the environment, concerned about health of the ecosystem, we need to preserve whatever God has gifted to us by way of beautiful, fascinating plants which have a bearing with the sustenance and survival of other creatures. So this is a kind of web of life. In the biosphere, nothing can exist in isolation. Each and every organism, plant, tree, insect, butterfly, it is intimately associated with some other plant. So this plant is Saccharinaga virosa, Flugia virosa, locally called as the Rattal Ritai Ritian, Thermocol plant, snowberry bush and snow bush also. This is wonderful plant which I have come to see in the wilderness today.